Lovely crisp day to take the diesel tank for a walk. It's -4, so Adam's gone out spreading fertiliser on ground that might have been a bit sticky. Obviously it warmed up yesterday again, but this morning in the early hours it's gone really cold, so we've been able to travel really well with the tractors without making a mess. I'm just taking a bit of diesel round to the screen, and we're going to screen some stone for putting on top of the pipes because we don't want any fines in it. So we're going to finish off some draining as well today. Bob! It's back in the drainer in the workshop. Got a duck stone stuck in the teeth there. Should come out easy, and then we're just going to solder the wires for the laser and see if that makes the laser start working again. Go on! 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 Just fits. That'll do! I want to try and get the door shut so it's warm. New Holland on the spreader today. Got my phone. Joe's going spreading some compost. That's quite good actually. It's alright, Danny, we'll cut the string off that you said you were going to. That's obviously shutting. But I think that one's frozen up because the lights are dirty. Chips flying out in this cold weather. Everyone's using a lot more, keeping things warm. Andrew's taking it on Adam's 7.5 today. There's the fast tracks on the drainer and the fence on the spreader. Sam soldered the earth wires on the drainer. It's not made any difference, so I'm going to take this apart now and see that there's anything loose inside of it, because it sits on the machine and shakes a bit, so when it's likely to break, it's probably that. So unscrew it, see what I can find and see if we can fix it. Took it apart, wriggled everything, can't find any water in it, can't find any connections wrong. Put it back together, giving it a shake. I'll try it again now. I don't know what I've done, but it's magically working again. Set the laser up now. We've got about 5 foot of fall going down to where Adam and Andrew are over there. So we've basically set the laser, so we've got 5 foot of fall. So the trench machine will probably stay around the depth it is, all the way through the field, you know, through the topsoil profile, and have 5 foot of fall all the way to meet that other drain we put in yesterday, is the plan. Just set the laser up now, giving him the fall. Apparently something's on fire in one of our fields, so I don't know what it is, so I'm going to go and shoot and have a look now. There is something on fire about sort of there, but it's not in the field, so all good. I'm going to break through in a minute. We're going to get this rest of this trench finished off, get the pipe in and let that water go out that pond. Originally the pond ended by the reeds, but it's that full. It's overflowed and flooded the field as well. So that's why we need to drop the level of it. There's the pipe there, there's the pond. Adam's showing off with the bucket on backwards. I won't show the bit where he cut through the pipe before. So we'll dig that trench out, get some stone in the bottom, and then we'll break the dam. Alright, go on. Just keep it unrolled. Go on, go on, go on. It's gone too high. You've gone too high, you have to do it in 2 scoops. No, we'll just push it so it don't float.
Don't follow behind the bucket.
Go on, yeah. Go on, go on. So we'll redo it when the water level's gone down. It's alright, just pull it back, you can take another scoop, quick. Get another one, quick. Get another one then, we'll shove it in the ground. Go on. Go on, shove it. It's alright, it's going to float, we'll have to wait until it's gone down. Yeah, it's just if it doesn't sit on the bottom, it won't be. Right. It's got a bit of a bend in it, but that's the drain now flowing from over there where the digger is. You can zoom in. All the way down. Now it's coming out here. That pond will drain to this pond, and this pond drains off now over to the ditch over there. why the Environment Agency needs to dredge. Look at that there, all that silt in the middle. Where is it there? It's half the flow, and it's carving the bank out the other side now. Andrew's brought his Massey, so that's Andrew's Massey. People were asking whose all the tractors are. So Andrew has a Massey, Adam has a 7.5 20/30 and a 6.9 30, and then the Fendt and the Fast Track are mine, and the Merlots for the diggers and stuff. So he wanted to play with it, so he brought it out. Frank's just screening some more drainage stone, so that we can use it on the drainage. Rob's here to pick up his wagon. Watch it click on now. There you go, click every trip. He'll jack the suspension up now. And jack legs are up off the floor. Plug all his pipes in. It's called Susie's. And then off he goes. Now he's got it all stickered up. Got some tiny magnets, and I'm going to put them on the forks, the little clips on the pallet forks, and see if it holds them when you're taking them on and off, and then they'll be magneted down and magneted up. Put the magnet on there, so when that lifts up, it does hold it a lot better. But eventually the magnet rolls to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is put the silicone on to hold it, and also the silicone will create a wedge there that will make it stay up better, hopefully. See if that works now. Have to make sure no one picks them up before it's gone off. We've had a hole in the weighbridge floor for ages where a cable used to come in, so we just put a box over it. So while I've got the silicone gun out, I've got a silicone that over it. Keep it a bit warmer in here. Look at that, good as new. No spray foam today, just silicone. Ready for the big unveiling. I think he should have got a lifetime supply of that for putting that on his wagon. Yes, the answer to yesterday's quiz question is these are temperature sender units with an aerial on the top. So what they do is we put them in the oilseed rape. They've got an orange tag on them so we don't lose them because they're black and blend in. And they send a signal up to that switch gear up the top there on that plywood board. See where I'm pointing? There we go. Up there. And sends a signal to the fans in the roof to turn them on over there, and what we call the pedestal fans. So these are these tubes with like chimneys in the grain, and every time there's a differential between the air temperature outside and the air temperature of the grain of more than 5 degrees, they turn on and pull cold air through the pile of grain, or oilseed rape in this case, and keep it cooled and conditioned. Otherwise the heat in that would be still in it, and you get a condensation layer on the top which would make it wet. If it got wet, it'd start to rot, then it'd heat up itself, and the next thing you know, it's all ruined. So it's basically like a big fridge, and they're what control it. So we have 9 of them in the shed that go around the pile, and each one will turn on the corresponding fans. And then once the fans turn on, which are the blue ones in the tubes, then they turn the fans on in the apex to pull the hot air out the top of the shed and brings the whole temperature down of the heat. This is today's quiz question. Does anyone know what that button's for there in the telehandler? So that one there, let's try and stop the shadow. There we go. Right in the centre of the screen now. See if you can work out what it's for and why we have it on one of these. Here's the drainage crew back. Some lights on that Fast Track. They're LED, the work lights on it. Lots of people are asking about the drainer, how many horsepower it requires. Well, it's a Shelton drainer. It doesn't need a lot of horsepower, it just needs a lot of weight to lift it because it weighs about 2.5, 3 tonne. But I'll put a link to the Shelton's website so you can read about the spec of it. There's a lot of new people watching now, and they all wondered how it come about that I was doing these daily blogs. Well, basically, the very first day of lockdown, I was doing some filming for the BBC, and they couldn't get in the cab with me with the lens, so they're like, can you do it on your phone and then send us the footage? So I did, and they were like, oh, that footage is really good, it's better than our lenses on our cameras, and our cameras are 20 grand. So as a joke, the next day I was calling it cab isolation at the time, so I did this day 2 of cab isolation, and I put a video out on Facebook and Twitter and stuff, and then it's just kind of grown from there, and I got to the point where I've been doing it for a week, so I thought I'll try and do a month, and then it was like I'll do 100 days, and then now I'm like, well, I'll try and do a year. So the plan is to get to a year of doing a daily blog every day, and then we'll just have to see at the end of it whether we carry on or I'll just give up at that. So that's where it's come from. It's got a bit nuts now on YouTube. There's a lot of people watching from all over the world as well, which is really good. It's nice to hear where people are from. So I'm going to do some bits of like showing the machinery as we're using it a bit more as well, because a lot of people are interested in what tractors we've got and the machines on the farm. Tell me on the right, so here we have 2 of these 10-metre Merlots that lift 3.6 ton, 3.8 ton, sorry, 3810. So I'll keep doing that, keep watching, and also don't forget to click subscribe. The other thing as well, today, have a go at the quiz, but I don't know why, but this morning I woke up in a funny mood and thought, wouldn't it be funny if tree surgeons wore monkey outfits, because then they look like monkeys cutting trees down. And I put it on Twitter, and loads of people were commenting different things saying, and I said, you know, what other jobs you could wear a comical suit for? So someone said the environment could wear clown suits, so that made me laugh. And then also someone said that street cleaners should wear womble suits. Now, there's only the people in the UK that'll know what a womble is, probably, but if anyone else knows, then they'll find it funny. But if anyone can think of any funny costumes that you could wear for different occupations, put in the comments and we'll all have a laugh. So I'll see you all tomorrow.